Hey everyone, I'm going to call this my leftover Force Friday haul. Um, a lot of this is just stuff I've been accumulating that I just keep forgetting to put in hauls because I really don't do hauls anymore. So, and hopefully, this is possibly the last video, like regular video that just in a Tuesday treadmill talks on my phone, but we'll see. So, we'll start off with something I picked up a while ago that I can't remember if I showed this in a haul or not. Alien Covenant. This is the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Digital HD combo pack, the Best Buy exclusive because the standard cover is kind of stupid looking, and I really don't like it. This one fits a little better with all my other Alien stuff, all my other Alien movies. This sort of kind of fits the build for that. So yeah, moving on to another Blu-ray. I picked this up a little while ago. This is a really fun movie that not a lot of people talk about. Blind Fury, starring Rutger Hauer. He plays a Vietnam vet that becomes a blind swordsman and rescues his friend from a drug lord. And it's kind of a comedy, kind of an action movie, violent and fun. I really recommend buying this movie. It's a little hard to find just this movie. There's a 3-pack I discovered. It has like 2 other movies. One's a Chuck Norris movie, and the other's a movie with someone I didn't know. That's half the price of what I paid for this. This is an import, I think. It's a region-free import. I thought it was an Australian. I think it is technically an Australian import that isn't. What's the word? I don't know. It isn't region coded. So, yeah. That's cool. Moving on to the only book that's not Star Wars, before we get to Force Friday leftovers. Baron and Luthien by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, I know I haven't showed this one, because I put this on the shelf immediately, and I've been forgetting to bring it out for hauls. So, yeah, I got this copy. It took a month to get here. So, yeah, really cool to have this. Moving on, we'll get into the new canon stuff. This was the one that came the day after my Force Friday haul. And it's Chewbacca. I think I said that this was the one coming in. So that's cool. I don't know what I'm going to call this when I review this, because there's another Star Wars comic called Chewbacca that's on the road to Crucible. I consider it the sequel, direct sequel to Vector Prime, called Chewbacca. So those of you who know what happens in Vector Prime, you know why it's called Chewbacca. So, yeah. Moving on, I picked up these because I grabbed all the Journey to the Last Jedi stuff that came out. I picked these up for $1.25 a piece. And these are the Journey to the Force Awakens. This is The Weapon of the Jedi by Jason Fry. It's the Luke story. Next is Smuggler's Run, which is a Greg Rucka book. And then lastly, we have Moving Target, which is Cecilia Castellucci and Jason Fry. So, I'm not familiar with her, but I'm familiar, of course, with Greg Rucka. I talk about him quite a bit. I actually just reviewed Guardians of the Whills a few months ago, so go check out that review. But Jason Fry wrote The Essential Guide to Warfare. I think he has a very excellent span of knowledge of both canons. So yeah. Next, moving on, one of my favorite new canon books, Catalyst, a Rogue One novel by James Luceno. Of course, James Luceno, you know I love him. So that does it for new canon books. Next, we're going to go to a couple that my girlfriend Caitlin bought me. It's a paperback here. This is Star Wars Rebel Force, Target by Wheeler. I don't know. Alex Wheeler. This was I guess this was the follow-up young adult series after Last of the Jedi ended, or near the end of Last of the Jedi. It went for 6 books. At the time, I didn't collect young adult stuff anymore because, well, I think I got a couple hardcovers like the Rise and Fall of Darth Vader and the Life and Legacy of Obi-Wan Kenobi, because they were hardcover and that was cool. But this was beyond my time of reading stuff at this level, so I never picked these up. In fact, I forgot about them. So this will be my new young adult series to collect. Moving on to the other thing she bought me, which is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace by Terry Brooks. She bought me the Anakin cover. Found this at a thrift store. It's got Watto on the back. I don't own this book. I've read this book. My parents own this book. They have the Obi-Wan Qui-Gon cover. And I've read it. I really enjoy Terry Brooks. As you know, fan of Shannara. So I loved his take on The Phantom Menace. Maybe I'll review it sometime. Lastly, for the Star Wars stuff, this is something I bought when I bought Blind Fury, and I just forgot to add it into my haul. This is Maul Lockdown by Joe Schreiber. I now own it in hardcover. Now I own all the Joe Schreiber stuff in hardcover, which is cool. Maul Lockdown, excellent book. I have a great review of it up that I did, I think, last Christmas. I think that was my end of... I don't even remember. It might have been end of 2016. It might have been before that. It might even be a 2015. I don't remember. And my mom's singing, and that's pretty funny, and I'll keep that in. Nextly, I got some computer stuff. I got a grounding kit, because, you know, you don't want to be zapping your motherboard. No, these are really cool to have. I love having these. Next, a really good thing. Hey, it's actually doing its job as a screw. It's a magnetic parts tray. Really good for keeping your screws when you're working in your case and you're just removing stuff, like changing out a fan, for instance, and you lose a screw. Don't worry. It should be here, being magnetized. Always fun. And lastly, the big thing, this lovely 28-inch Samsung 4K monitor is my new computer monitor. I absolutely love it. Just the other day, I was cleaning my room and I put on some of Matt Wilkins' videos. I put on some Matt's Expanded Universe and was binge watching that, and it just looked beautiful. I put on some Linus Tech Tips because that's shot in 4K. Fortunately, my graphics card cannot handle 4K because it's a GTX 650, but I was running on DVI cables. Yeah, DVI, not even HDMI. So the regular HDMI port on it, it looks beautiful. It's a great difference. It even kind of makes my older games, like I've been playing Dark Forces 2, which I got that to run. Next Tuesday, Treadmill Talks will talk about the nightmares of getting Dark Forces 2 to run. It's only taken 2 years of owning that game to finally get it to run properly, or at least semi-smoothly. So yeah. Oh, also, before I go, one last thing. I switched to Windows 10. It's really good because my Windows 7, when I switch out hard drive, my Windows 7 disk would not work on it. So I put Windows 10 on there, and it runs just fine. So anyway, that's my haul for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. And I've got a lot of cleaning and homework to do. So I'll see you, hopefully with a new camera. We'll see, though. They may be on this one for another few weeks or so. So the end is drawing near for filming everything on the phone. Thank goodness. Anyway, have a nice day.